hardly say shit, and then, oh shit, it's like we're live all of a sudden. But
We should like time how long the delay is.
we should. But I think we're good right at this point. So, what is going on, folks? You just heard the bell. It is the True Vapor Show number 193. Yes, it is. And look at this lovely panel we have tonight. We've got a special guest with us. Mr. Just Right One, Joel, the man himself, is joining us tonight. So, before we get to him, always got to kind of push it over there to Mark because he's trying to remember what he's going to tell us that he's vaping on. So, I try to get him as quick as I can before everything is a whatchamacallit. So, take it away, Mark.
All right. We got some double D.
There you go.
We got the rudder and the Jesus, the Geek Vape something. Mike, what is that?
The Telefakis.
The Telefakis. All right, Telefakis. Got the Smoke Alpha. We got the bulk on another rudder mod. And we got this. Oh shit! What is this thing called? The Taggers. That's a really weird name for a mod. And that's like, why my camera does not like focus?
Because you're not doing the slow effect. You're bringing it right in off the bat.
I told you what to do, Mark. You just pointed at the wrong camera.
Yeah, and put it in front of your face.
Wrong camera, Mark.
I'm gonna shove it in my ass. Taggers with this is another BTFC. Holy shit, I'm fanboying today. Some Gorilla Custard, some Custard Bomb, and I think that's it. Thank you. Take it away, Mr. Michael Vapes.
Good evening, Sid, Greg, chat. Ultroner, Stabwood Edition, Rebirth RTA, some Raspberry Custard, show Mother effing Turner inside there. Also vaping on the SQ with the Rebirth RDA with some Taffy Splashy. There we go. Some of this stuff right there. You like the way that focuses?
Nice and smooth transition right there.
Actually, it's kind of slow, but go ahead.
Thank you. I'm vaping on that. I'm also vaping on the iStick Mix with their LO pop tank thingy. And inside that, I have some of this stuff. Some Shots 12 gauge Squid Industries liquid. Finder DNA with the Profile Unite. And in there, we have some boysenberry ice cream drip fiends. Caliburn as usual. Thank you. Take it away, Mr. Joel.
All right, folks. How y'all doing, man? Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
Doing the Pure BF Profile 22 up top and doing the Thor 2 Profile Unity up top. Inside both of those, rocking an all day for me, that Lemon Twist Gold Coast Lemon Bar. Never leave home without my Stig Pod Cubano. This is like a little pod thing I'm rocking. And that Dot Mod pod system that they got. Trying this one out, seeing what I think about it. Inside this one, I got that Salty Dog Watermelon that they have. Really, really good stuff. And that's it for me. How about you, ST?
So, tonight, very minimal on what I'm doing here, but I did get a new. I know I showed it on Mark's show, but hey, this is my show. I got that new Lipo Edition Boxer, which I'm absolutely loving, with the Zeus X on top of there. And other than that, doing the Caliburn right now. Oh, and yeah, I gotta have at least two. Sidekick from Sense. What am I rocking? Folks, if y'all hadn't tried this yet, I'm in love with this Hooch Pure Banana. This stuff is off the wall. Go check out my man Carter over there at Gold Leaf. He's got that good stuff. And, of course, doing Nick Salts, all that good stuff. But one thing I would be doing, but when I got home, I didn't have time to do it. I got a few of these in today, but there's that there's that gold Rebirth RTA. I feel a little special because I think this is a 1-of-1 right here. I think this is like the only gold one out there,
Yep.
other than the one that Mike has. So I guess it actually is a 1-of-2. But anyway, we've got Joel joining us tonight. And first of all, let me say this. How does everything sound so far? Are we good? Is anybody like, holy crap, this sounds like shit? Anything like that? Let me get some thumbs up in chat because I know I've been struggling here. It seems like the past 2 weeks with things. What?
I have a complaint.
What is your complaint?
Your volume is too low.
It is?
Oh, no, it's not.
For me, yours is loud compared to his.
Oh, is it?
I want to see what chat says real quick.
They were saying it the other day too on Sunday show that you were too low.
Well, I want to hear them because I did.
How far is your mic away?
It's like about 12 inches.
Oh, okay.
ST, you're low, someone said.
But adjusting the gain is not going to make it louder. It's just going to pick up more shit in the room. Is your volume up in Zoom?
ST is low. ST is low. Mark's loud as fuck.
Oh, here we go.
Your volume is low. ST, your sound is low.
You know what? I can't just do this. I can just bring this thing on up in my face.
That's what I'm saying. Is put it in your mouth.
Okay, well, run like this. So
that's better.
I know I should sound perfect then. So, all right, and I'll be like this the whole night sitting here. But so everybody on this panel right now, for the exception of me, has got an RTA. One that just came out. Well, actually, two that just came out, and the third will be out in what, about 2 weeks, Mark? You say 2-3 weeks?
Hopefully, yeah.
So I figured, hell, let's do a little RTA talk tonight. So we are looking at 3, I think, of almost
Oh,
to
shit.
point. I have to say 3 of the best, right, that have come out so far. I know it's early in the year, but, you know, I think there's a lot of talk going on. I've had the chance myself to actually vape the bulk, and funny enough, have not messed with the profile yet, which I will have in my hands here shortly. And, of course, after the show tonight, I will be building the Rebirth. But I got a suspicion feeling if it's as good as what the RDA was, I'm definitely going to like this one. So,
Why is Vapor Chronicles in chat? I've never seen him in the chat.
You are loud.
Am I loud? Seriously? No, I'm not. I can barely hear myself.
What?
Mike's just giving you a hard time.
What do you mean you can barely hear yourself?
I got my headphones
Take
on.
your headphones off so you can hear your fucking voice.
I can hear my voice through my headphones.
He's wanting to hear his voice is what he's wanting to do. I
Yep,
think
that's why
Mike's-
ST's got headphones on too.
Yep, Mike's derailing us early. Well, you know the thing
Exactly.
is with these, I can't hear myself with these like I can the headphones. Which
What'd you say,
actually
Steve?
enjoying. I know. I don't. What was that? Joe's gonna think, why in the hell did I come on this crazy ass show? But
No, man, I like a change of pace, man. Kind of take the edge off, just relax a little bit and have a good
hell
time.
yeah.
Everybody needs that.
You know, before we get into talking RTAs, one thing I'm curious about, and Joel, I'm certain you've probably said it on other shows, but entertain me with it a little bit. What made you get into YouTube?
Man, honestly, what got me into YouTube was I seen a trend that I wasn't kind of vibing with, you know, and it was something that kind of bothered me a little bit. And I'd mentioned it to Twisted. Everybody knows Vaping Twisted 420. That's like a brother to me. I love the dude to death. He's a personal friend of mine and my family's. And I mentioned it to him, and he's like, hey, look, if you want to see a change, go be that change, you know? And he told me, and we kind of bumped heads over it a little bit, but he was just challenging me to be a better individual as I was challenging him to be a better individual every day of our lives. And he's like, look, if you want to see a change, go be that change. And I took that advice and I started it, you know, and it was something that I chose to do on my own. And yeah, I could have coattailed him, you know, and just kind of played off of him a little bit more. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be something where I speak and have my own opinion, my own views, my own thoughts, my own character. Not in character, just be myself, so to speak. And I did ask him for advice and pointers, and he gave it to me. And the biggest one he gave me was, look, don't get on YouTube and become a character. That way you never run the risk of being caught out of character. If you remain who you are from day one, that's who you'll be all the time, and people will gravitate to you. He said you may not have just a huge following, but you're going to have people that appreciate you for who you are, not what you aspire to be or what you think you are, just and truly who you are, and just put it out there on camera and become comfortable with it. I'm still not 100% comfortable with it all the time, but I do feel it's a platform to be vocal, share my opinion, share my thoughts, my views about things, and I appreciate the love I've been given so far. I ain't gonna say it's just been the easiest journey, but nothing happens overnight. And I appreciate the challenge always. And it's been a beautiful thing to happen.
Well, you seem pretty natural to me on camera because I know a lot of people that think, oh, it's nothing to sit down in front of a camera and sit there and talk. Once they actually do it, they're kind of like, huh? And they're a nervous wreck. But I think a lot of people are kind of natural for this, and you seem to fit that profile right there. Oh shit, did I say profile? But anyway, you do seem to fit, for what you're doing here on YouTube. So I'm definitely glad that you're a part of this community. You definitely bring, how do I put this? You bring a lot of good vibes to this community. And you're a very humble person, which I spoke the other day, because again, we met face to face finally at MVE, and you're an awesome dude. So, which I knew that already, but it was definitely nice to finally meet you face to face. So,
and likewise, ST man, that was a beautiful thing to get to see everybody. Mike, Fagan, yourself, Batman. I mean, just numerous people that were on my bucket list to see and meet in person. And give you your space, introduce myself. Thank you for everything y'all have done. And then, let y'all do what y'all had to do. Because, y'all had a bunch of people come out there to see y'all. It was a nice thing to see, and kind of strange for me, too, to have people come up and say, hey, that's Mr. Just Right One. And, thank me for the profile or whatnot, or, tell me they're big fans of mine. And it was an odd thing and a beautiful thing to watch happen. And it's something I'm forever humbled by. It doesn't happen for everybody. We've seen it time and time again where people come in, they start off strong, and they just fizzle, go away with time, and it's everybody has a voice. Everybody can exercise it, whether it be on YouTube, Twitch, or just Discord. Discord's a big thing now. I'm seeing Discords popping up everywhere where people are gravitating to hear what one person has to say. And it's something I'm honored, to be a part of. For y'all to welcome me in and have me in this community is a beautiful thing too, because you guys, there's gatekeepers to this industry, I feel, and y'all you can kind of control who comes in and who goes out. And if somebody's present and stays present and active, and positive, I feel that they deserve that shine and that time as well.
Yeah. You see, the thing is with you did it the right way. Exactly what you said. You could have been telling Twisted, pit me out constantly, and trying to force people onto you.
Yep.
Instead, he gave you the proper advice too of just be yourself. And if it happens, it happens. If it don't happen, then it wasn't meant to be. Why should people be forced on you? The best way to do it is to do it naturally. What's the word that they say? Organically.
Yeah.
Organic.
Gotta happen organically, not hey, so-and-so pimp out my channel, because I need subs. No, it doesn't work that way. You need to work at it yourself.
Yeah, you didn't.
And if you're producing good product and you're having trouble, if you're doing good work on YouTube and you're having trouble, then you deserve to be maybe a shout out. You know what I'm saying? For some recognition, but not off the bat, pimp out my channel. That's not the way it works. You did it the right way.
A lot of things.
Props. Go ahead.
I see a lot of people dick ride other people to get their success, but you didn't do that.
Yeah.
Which was really awesome. Another really awesome thing that Joel did, I noticed at NVE, I think it was James, that skinny dude we were all talking to and hanging out with.
I mentioned
He's
this.
seen Joel and he got really excited about the profile, and Joel just pulled one out of his bag and said, here, take it, and just gave him one. And the dude was really excited.
Yeah.
That was the most awesome thing I've seen all weekend.
And Mark just said that, and I brought that up on a previous show. And a lot of people might think, well, it's just no big deal. But honestly, to see that guy's face when you handed that to him, that meant a whole lot, because it's not that he just got something for free. It's that you yourself gave him something and said, here, take it, enjoy it, do what you want with it. And that guy he wasn't, I don't want to sound wrong, he wasn't phony about it. He was truly grateful that you handed that over to him, because he was like, holy crap. So that was definitely awesome.
Oh, his name is Sal, not James. Thank you, Amy.
How many
It
names
was
has he
a
got?
prideful moment for me too, ST, just be able to do that and be in a position to do that. Because it wasn't that long ago, I was that guy. That's just the reality of it. I was that guy 2 years ago at Showcase in Dallas, whenever meeting people and going up and seeing Matt and other individuals out there that are doing positive things in this community, and, just thanking them for what they're doing, and I was just that guy 2 years ago. So to see that's a beautiful thing. And to be in that position is something I long for. To say it's not something I wanted, I didn't want, I did want that. It's something I've aspired and wanted for a long time. And just like those milestones that you achieve in life that you'll never forget. I'll never forget that individual either. It was a prideful moment for me.
Nice. I've seen a few comments come up, and I might as well announce it because it is my show. But and it finally came into play for me the other day. Some of the guys in here know about it, and I will just say this: I do have a product coming out. It is in prototype stages right now. So I'm hoping to have something physical in my hands here, maybe next couple weeks. I actually announced it on a show we were on this past Saturday. But I guess this is the best place to officially announce that. So, yes, I do have something coming, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
Is it coming with the RDTA attachment
Yes, it is, Mike.
as a separate purchase?
Yes,
You
it
keep
is,
telling
Mike.
people this, they're going to expect it, so you better deliver.
Yes.
Well, okay, all right, and I want to say this. So before, yes, you know how I like to kid around. I was kidding, but I've actually fixing to have prototype in hand. So out of what we've been called, the Fab Five forever, the group, I guess, will now be complete with everybody having a product. So it
Fab
will be
Five, where'd
hitting-
that come from?
I don't know. We get called so many
I've
damn
heard that
names.
too. It's like that's the weirdest
Yeah.
thing I've ever heard, the Fab Five.
Yep. Anyway, but so yes, got a product coming. I'm pretty stoked about it. So when it hits, you'll know it.
The chat. Bong mod. Bong mod.
Oh man. So today, because I feel like we got a lot to cover here, I'm going to try to get it all in. Mark, congratulations to you. What do we got going? Because I'm gonna
Brian.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you for that. So Mark today released his premiere video. Hold on one second. Thank you for the donation there, Vaping Miner. Joel is definitely the biz. Much love to all. Same to you. Thank you for the donation there, sir. Mark, so I think you're the only reviewer I ever known to put out like an hour-long premiere on your own product. And wouldn't that take it a little bit long?
Yeah, that was way too long. I overdid it. I hate doing those videos. I hate doing presentation videos for my own shit. Like, I don't know how Mike and Brian and everybody else feels, but that's got to be the worst video ever.
Well, you know what I did? I did it for the first time.
Mhm.
Rebirth RTA. Like I said, it was only 13 minutes. I decided to cut out all the mumbo jumbo bullshit, whatever, and just get straight to the point on it and end it there.
Yeah, I turned into Brian at the end of it, started preaching and shit, and I'm like, I gotta fucking it was pretty long.
No.
So if you just watch the up close and then just cut it off there, you'll be fine.
And
I think you have to have those informative presentation videos, because what happens is people get it and they don't understand why something was done a certain way, or they miss something of this very key in the way that device operates or performs. And we've seen it. I've seen it this week firsthand, and it's just like,
Oh yeah.
Well, you have people also that skip through the videos. So you'll have comments or someone say, I watched his presentation video. He never wicked the RDA. That's because you skipped over it. You don't watch that part of the video. Don't say that I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So, but that's what happens when also people see a 40-minute video. That's too much time for them. So they'll skip around through it and miss a lot of the key info that's in there.
Well, I did 40 minutes on the profile RDA. I'm not going to lie. I can't let Fagan take that himself because I did the same. Because there was a lot of information I wanted to get out there. And
exactly.
I chose to go with mesh.
I'm actually going to invest my 40 minutes tomorrow with a nice cup of coffee when I wake up and watch the bulk premiere video.
Yep.
It's long. I was going to do it live, but last time I did it live, you seen how it went. So
no, you threw yourself under the bus.
Exactly.
Well, and I can understand that too, because especially when it's your own product, you don't want to sound like you're reviewing it, because you're not. You're giving it the presentation that it deserves. So when people purchase it, they know how to, put the build in, wick it, all that stuff. There shouldn't be any questions. But you feel like if you maybe started cutting things off, you're like, well, maybe that needed to stay in there, or maybe it didn't. You just don't know. I haven't personally done one yet, but I can see that where something you think might take not that long could get extended a little bit. So thank you for the donation there, Chris Chapman. Congrats, Mr. Just Right, on getting your wife that new Cadillac. Wow. Good job.
Nice.
Oh, that's a troll?
No, he's a good buddy of mine, but he told me he's going to do that. I told him not to.
Hopefully the wife's not watching.
Yeah.
Brian bought matching BMWs.
I hope she's not listening.
Yeah.
What did Brian get?
Brian got matching BMWs. Him and Amy, he got a black and she got a pink one.
Oh, nice. Congrats, Brian.
Yeah.
BMWs, I thought they were like on Learjet level by now or something.
Well, they're actually past that. I think they're just trying to keep kind of a low cover, so they're buying BMWs. So, but you know how Brian and them are. But
I heard he has a fleet of Brinks trucks too.
Very true.
Oh, dude. We could open up this story real quick about everything that goes on, but I know Brian, he's probably been triggered too many days as it is, so we won't go too hard on him. But so are you pleased how everything's gone so far, Joel, with your RTA?
Absolutely, man. I couldn't ask for anything more. Whenever I set off with the profile initially, that whole concept of mesh and being pressure applied to it, I never envisioned that it would do what it's done number-wise as an RDA or an RTA. The sales numbers have been very, very positive. It's not something I want to get into too much detail about, but I'm very proud of it. And I never envisioned that. My whole thing was just if I could change the way somebody thought about mesh and the stigma behind it, then that was a successful product to me. And I think we often forget sometimes what is successful. People think that sales is successful. Maybe to the manufacturers, that's a successful product. But to me, just to change the way people looked at mesh and the way it was applied in an RDA or an RTA format or RDTA format, that made success for me. Like, I really appreciated that. And, it's a place marker in history for myself. An RTA is a very complicated thing to come out with, though. Whenever we decided to do one, I had no idea it would be as complicated as it is. And there's people that will never take the time to truly understand and appreciate what was put into that product, because you see a lot from the outside. Oh, it looks the same. It looks the same. It looks the same. All books look the same on the shelf too, till you open them up and start reading them. Yeah. Whenever you open a book, it's truly then you find out the contents that's contained within. And that's same thing with the Unity. It's a beautiful thing on the outside aesthetically. It may look like something else, but on the inside is where the magic happens.
You know what the best part about people saying, "Oh, it looks like the Blitzen." It shows you that these are people that just started vaping, because no, if that's the case, you're not supposed to say the Blitzen. You're supposed to say it looks like the Aromomizer.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
So people were even getting that wrong, just trying to be complainers. They were complaining and naming the wrong product.
Oh, yeah.
But both you gentlemen having RTAs up as well, do you find it more complicated to develop an RTA or an RDA? To me, an RDA seems like it was a little simpler for me. And I only have 2 products on the market, so an RDA seemed to be an easier avenue to go down than an RTA. And RTA brought in a bunch of different calculations and a lot of different things, factors to play into. Do y'all experience the same with yours?
Well, with the RTA, like for example, with the Rebirth, it was just repositioning some stuff because obviously you're gonna have to put cotton feed for an RTA somewhere where if your cotton be placed in, whereas an RDA just sits inside. There's challenges on both, so it's not something simple whether it's an RDA or an RTA. It's both items has its challenges. You know? But if you're using, for example, something existing like the way myself and Mark used, he used the BTFC build deck, and I used the Rebirth RDA build deck into an RTA, we've already halfway there with it. It's just putting the pieces together for it,
Let me get
Yeah,
this
it was a
out
little bit
real
easier.
quick. Donation from Mad Viking. What's going on, brother? He said, when people meet you and starstruck, that's confirmation y'all are affecting people's lives every day. Y'all are all awesome. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I got to say that, so I've had the privilege to watch all these guys, sit in these rooms and, talk about how they want an RTA, what they want in it. And it's always so cool to listen to because what makes it so cool is that what they want is how I vape. So I know when they put pen to paper, it's going to be something I like. And so far, and really RTAs are fairly new to all y'all because these are y'all's first RTAs coming out on the market because I know with Mike.
second.
Well, second with Mike, but this is his first dual coil RTA. So, and I'm a big dual coil person, so I'm pretty excited to get a build put in this thing and get to vaping on it. But it's so cool.
Well, you've seen it all. I mean, you've seen
Yeah.
from the concept to the first prototypes.
Yes.
So you get to experience that behind the scenes,
Exactly.
and you see what we go through.
Exactly. So and for a lot of people, we've talked about this in the past, but it's not an easy process unless a company has hit you up and say, "Hey, we want your name on our product." That's nothing, other than worrying about the backlash if it's some piece of shit product.
I'll tell you, so that happens a lot. As a matter of fact, I had a company. I think they're a new company, A-Mod. They hit me up. We have a new prototype. It doesn't have a name. Hasn't been advertised at all. You want to put your name on it? You don't even show me the product. Nothing. It's just delete the email.
Exactly.
It's like, how am I going to put my name on something? It ain't mine. I didn't design it. Leave me alone.
But
That's a stigma I think get thrown around a lot too. That there is some that just throw their names on things, and there's some you can tell when that's been done, and you can tell when that hasn't been done. And this watching the steps and watching the prototypes and being able to go grab 12 different prototypes with 12 different changes to them should speak volume to somebody to say, "Hey, look, it's not something we just nailed. They just threw our name on and said, hey, push it out the gate. It's something that we done strategically, and we tested and thoroughly tested and communicated behind closed doors or with confided in others that we trust to try it, use it, what their pros and cons were." I wish that stigma would go away, but there's only one way to make that go away, and that is to stop having people just slap their names on products in which they really had no true design with.
So I'm curious, Joel. You've got this RTA out on the market right now.
Can I interrupt you 1 second?
Yes, sir.
Just to clarify something. T-Bisco says Tony B just threw his name on a pallet too. Well, Tony B did say he did not design that.
Exactly.
That's different. That's a collaboration. They gave a concept and said, how can we tweak this? And he helped out in the tweaking process of it. It's not his idea. He said it in his video. That's a little different. Also, if you're doing like a video like that, like for example, the perfect example is the intake RTA. The intake RTA, I designed the build deck, the whole concept with the tubes, and Org Vape designed the exterior of it. And in my video, I mention that I would say so. It's different if you mention if you're honest and transparent, everything is fine. That's the way to be. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about the intro.
No. So it helped me redefine this question a little bit more. So you've had the profile RDA out on the market for a while now. Now the profile Unity has just gotten out on the market. How is the troll game going from the first product into the second product? Because there's always trolls on this stuff. So,
Man, the trolls are out there, and it's been something new to me, more so with this product than the first. But I welcome it because every time they go click on a video of mine and leave a hateful comment or such, I appreciate the view. Thank you. You know, and I thank them. I kill them with kindness because it's something that I'm not going to sit here and lip wrestle with anybody or get behind keyboard warriors with anybody. There's plenty of times you're going to see me out and about, and by all means, if there's something you really feel that firmly about and you want to get off your chest, we can do it. You know what I mean? That's not something that I boast or brag about or want, but it's a bridge I'm prepared to cross if necessary. You know, but I'm not going to sit here and lip wrestle or play keyboard warrior with anybody. You know, if they ain't got nothing better with their time to do than that, then that's why they'll be exactly where they're at now. You know, you can't make progress hating on somebody else's progress or what they're doing. You know what I mean? Instead of wasting that time and energy being hateful, waste that time and energy doing something productive, being positive. You know, I've said it before, drama is easy to generate. But to generate something positive, that requires work. That requires an intelligent mind. You know, and there's some out there that's the only way they're ever going to exist is behind drama.
I actually like the trolls because they always know more about you than your actual viewers do. So they must follow you more than anyone else.
Oh yeah. Well, you know that actually, I'm not going to even say it. I have a theory behind it, but I'm not going to bring it up.
I got another good question for you. So you have to be the only reviewer, being like a lower tier reviewer with number wise, which really numbers mean nothing, but numbers are a part of the equation. But you have to be the first reviewer with lower numbers to get a product in Rip's hands and him be just ooh-ah over it. How'd that make you feel?
Very, very prideful moment to sit here and say I didn't shed a tear when I watched Mike Vapes review it, when I watched Fagan review it, when I watched Rip review it, when I watched all the greats that paved the way before me and before us review something and put it at a high level and really appreciate it for what it was, you know. And even if that wasn't their style of vape, they appreciated the concept behind it. Yeah. And for that, I'm going to be forever grateful. It's we sat here in the house and watched it. We watched every single one of them with the family, with my wife, you know, because she's seen the time that I had away from the dinner tables or, you know, the late nights with China to ensure that this went off without a hitch. And to see all that come to work, that's kind of like the payoff, you know, to sit back with my 19-year-old daughters in college and be able to show them that video. But, man, Dad, you're doing really good. You know, we're proud of you. And that was a very prideful thing for me. The numbers game, yeah, I don't have very big numbers, but I'm proud of every one of them, you know. They're kind of glad I have a lower count because I can associate with every single one of them to a degree, you know, and I know that person or when they subscribed or when we had our first interactions together. It's a nice thing to see.
Definitely.
There's a misconception, too, with that, though, that I just came into the vape scene a year ago or 2 years. You know, I've been vaping for 10 years.
Yeah, I know you've been doing it for a while.
10 years. That's a long. When I bought my first vape, it was $198, and you had to get it online. The only support I could find for that was in the forums, like back in the forums. And I hung out in forums for I still go in the forums and see what people have to say so that I can see what the community's thinking, what the community wants, you know, and being an active member of the community, being able to see that and predict market trends and consult with China. You know, there's something else I've done to consult with a few companies over the years. It kind of gives you an insight to how the industry works and the way things go. So there wasn't just like, oh, I showed up one day and I had an idea and then it came out that same year. No, it's something that's been in the works for a very, very long time. I'm just a patient individual. You know, I'm not going to rush anything.
Well, you've kind of almost answered another question, but so I do know this about you. So you've actually consulted with a few companies, correct?
Yes, sir.
How did you get involved in something like that?
The forums. Back whenever I started vaping 10 years ago, the Chinese manufacturers, they were going to forums too. And if you hung out in forums back in the day, and even now, more so back in the day when they weren't very big, you seen who was who and who was doing what. And the juice game really kind of pulled me in a little bit. With the connections I made in the juice game, it allowed me to. Me and Richard crossed paths one day in town, and I chunked him a bottle of juice. I said, "Here, man, try this stuff out. I really love this stuff, man. It's like the first juice I ever had that was one flavor on the inhale and another on the exhale." And that allowed me to kind of catch his attention. And then we ran into each other again, and then we ran into each other again. Then I realized he was on YouTube doing big things. And, I did garnish some of the connections from China through him, advising him and consulting with him. And he's like, "Hey, man, you should meet this individual, or you should talk to these people, or hey, talk to this guy, Joel, man. He's pretty smart about this vape stuff. He has his own," because we're very good friends, but we have two different styles completely. And he allowed me to meet some of his connections via emails and so forth. But initially, the vape forums, way back in the day, when there wasn't very many people, that's how connections were made.
All right, here's a good question for you, and I'm not going to just sit here and hammer you all night with questions, but here is definitely a good one. So, when the triple RTA came out, I loved it. I used that thing probably more than anybody was using it at that point in time, because everybody was like, "Oh, hell, he's about to show the triple off on his buffet again." But did you have any say on that at all?
I can tell you, I got to experience a triple from its infancy phases, and that's where I'm gonna leave that. That is Richard's baby. Advice consulting as a friend, not on a business level, but like, "Hey, man, this is cool, but I like this," or "This is cool, but what if it did this?" And some things he may have applied, and some things he may have not have. He's given credit where credit's due many a times, and people may not catch it, but I've caught it, because I watched those videos. He's like, "Yeah, Joel mentioned this, and we implemented it, and that change went and moved forward." So to say I had no hand in it would be a false statement, but to say I was a reason behind it, that's also a false statement.
Gotcha. Well, in earlier years of watching Twisted's videos and to watch your slow appearance start coming into the videos here and there, I always suspected that sooner or later I was going to see you on YouTube having your own thing. And I guess sure enough that happened. So, but
and again, like I said, that was just a challenge that he laid before me, to say, "Hey, if you want to be a change, if you want to see a change, go be that change." And I thank him for that, because had he never challenged me to do so, I wouldn't be here today. The profile would have never existed. It probably would have existed, but would have been named something else. Vape Stew every Friday night that we do. I want to be a part of that. I want to have the relationships that I've built and continue to grow as my own individual, my own entity. I think that's what makes us such good friends, is the fact that I stay out of his business and he stays out of mine. I let him tend to his and let me tend to mine. And that's a solid relationship right there. But he knows at the drop of a dime, if that phone rings and I see Twisted 420 on it, I'll be there in a heartbeat, man. I mean, there's no question about it.
Definitely. Well, like I say, man, I'm glad you're in this community. We need people like you. We need more people like you, so probably could use less people of Mark, but they're around.
I agree. Thank you.
No.
That's the reason the profile's here.
Joel, I got a question for you.
Okay.
When I did the video for the profile RDA, I had done a build with a single coil in it, which I showed it that way. For the RTA, I didn't do it.
Okay.
Has anybody else tried it?
It's been done. I've tried it as
No,
well.
I'm talking about.
Oh, video-wise. Nobody else has done it video-wise that I'm aware of.
Uh-oh. That means
Hold on. Let me take that back. There is a gentleman that said he preferred it. Yes. The gentleman overseas. Shorter guy. Vic, he did it. He said he preferred it with the coil in it.
All right.
So
Yeah, I wasn't sure if anybody had tried it with the, because I that's the one thing I didn't try was the single coil in there.
I hadn't seen it on film though. I hadn't seen anybody film a single
That's
coil
what I
going
meant,
into
on
there.
film.
Nobody's done that yet.
I was so mesmerized over the vape over in RTA mode that I didn't even, think of single coil. But that right there is, I could see it being an awesome single coil RTA too. It's the same concept, building it. And you could put a bigger, chunkier coil inside there.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you're gonna have to fill the cotton ports. So you're looking at maybe like a 4 or 5 millimeter coil inside there. It'd be beautiful.
Well, one thing you pointed out is those juice ports on the side, either side of it. Those two downward juice ports.
Yeah.
In the RDA, everybody complained about, because what they would do on the RDA is they would cut their cotton the same way they're cutting it for the RTA. They'd cut it long on the bottom and short on the top. Well, with the RDA, you want that reversed. In my mindset, it should be reversed because when you go to tuck that cotton down, you run a risk of pulling that cotton off that mesh. So you want longer leads on the top, shorter on the bottom, so the capillary actions will go up and make sure that that mesh and cotton together is juiced enough. Mm-hmm. Well, with the snake bites on the RTA, it resolved that problem. If you do as the instructions say, and it has been shown time and time again on camera, if you do that, the vape you get off of that is a totally different vape than as if you just cut your cotton and tuck it down, because you're not utilizing those two juice ports in which they're designed, the way they're designed to be used.
I see a lot of people in chats stating that Grim Green did it also. I don't know if he did it on camera, but...
Yeah, we're talking about in the review.
Yeah.
Anybody could say they did something. I'm talking about actually doing it in the video.
And also, Stan, I guess your whole stew crew's off in here, but Stan was trying to say that we do need more people like Joel, but he said a little less of your beard for some reason. Does he not like your beard?
He don't like the beard because the fact that I can shave it off, and 2 months later it's back to its natural glory and beauty. It looks great. If he was to shave his off, it'd be 6 years before you seen it grow out again.
Oh, man. All right, well, let's open this up to some questions out in chat. I've seen a few, but start typing them back in there if y'all got questions for anybody on the panel. But Joel is our special guest tonight, so thank you for the donation there, Average American Vapor. Hey, ST Fist Bump Mike, want to say congrats, Mr. Just Right, Mike and Mark, on your products. Just watched the bulk video. Can't wait to get all 3. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
I seen somebody with a question, but I can't find it now. Again, if y'all got questions, just start popping them up there and I'll catch what I can catch. And don't forget, towards the end of the show, from our glorious sponsors that love to sponsor this show, we'll have some things going on there. Quick shout out to Brad's and Camelot for everything they do. Do what? Oh, don't tell me we got crazy shit going on again.
Oh, you're frozen.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Your face.
Audio's. I'm like...
Am I still frozen?
Yeah, your audio's fine, though.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore.
Maybe it's just in Zoom, because on the actual feed, you're not frozen. So.
That's weird. At Mike Vapes, are you going to review the Z-Bip or Z... What?
Is that the Anakin stuff?
Yes.
Yes, it's in my queue.
Matter of fact, it'll be in my queue tomorrow. I know that stuff is showing up. I'm kind of curious to see the BIP. Mark, you haven't done your review on the BIP yet, have you?
No, I'm hoping to do it this week. It went from having no products to having a shit ton of products.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens. Oh, I can't stand that.
Yeah, no, I got RTAs going to start hitting, which I love because I love RTAs, so they're all rolling in now. So,
but my next spot is this one. This is a new one from Aspire.
How you liking that one?
Not bad. Flavor's good. I just wish it had a little less airflow.
I lost a pod. The Soaring Edge. Did any of you gentlemen get the Edge?
No.
Mark did.
Did
I love that thing, and I've lost it. I can't find it to save my life. I'm just slap lost. It's in my vehicle or something. But the vape off of that was a very, very decent vape, very satisfactory vape for myself because I have the dot pod thing right here, but it's too restricted. Even with the airflow control open, it's still too restricted for me. And Mike, I heard you talk about it the other day. Whenever you have a pod system, you like that restricted mouth to lung style. Like you like a. What would you say? You like a super restricted, mild restricted, or what?
No, I don't want it to be super, super restrictive. I like, look, I don't know, I started off mouth to lung, right? Then you start off mouth to lung?
Yes, sir.
So you want that mouth to lung vape from back then?
You know, I think that's a hard balance. It's funny to see that, but it's hard to achieve that again. Like what we were at way back when, it's like we want to go back to where we started again. And
Yeah, well, the thing is, the products back then sucked. That's the whole thing. Now the products are good, so people are going back to the way they started, or people are just they want something that's a little bit stealthier for certain situations.
Quick question. I guess I'm gonna throw this one to you, Joe. What are the advantages and disadvantages to using mesh versus N80?
The surface area and what you can cover with mesh, the ramp up time, the draw on your battery, the Ohm's law still applies, but the lag draw, the load draw on a battery seems to be less, and the cooldown time is almost instantaneous on mesh. You know, there's a reason why it's utilized in sub-ohm tanks everywhere, and I seen that. I was like, man, if all these sub-ohm tanks can use mesh and use it efficiently, there has to be a way to use it in an RDA and RTA format, a rebuildable format. One thing I'd like to see is more mesh styles being made available. You know, I know we have the Vandy Vape mesh. I know we have the Wotofo and the Next mesh. I'd like to see different renditions of each. You know, it's something you can constrict the mesh form to make it like 400 grade or 200 grade, whatever it may be. And you can also change the materials in mesh. You can go stainless mesh. You can go nichrome meshes. You can do many, many things with mesh if the manufacturers choose to do so.
Yeah.
Do you have the feed up?
No.
I'm frozen. Mark's frozen. Joel's frozen. But you're not frozen.
What the hell is
But you're frozen in Zoom. It's the opposite going on.
I have no idea.
Joel's not frozen now. You can see him kind of stuttering, moving. Oh, there we go.
I don't know.
There's a donation from Chris Chapman. Does anyone have an eye open for any Russian mods? I think Mike is the only one that's got some Russian mods.
Yeah, I got a couple of Russian mechs that are on their way. But I have quite a few that I've reviewed already. Russians make some good mechs.
They also offer a mech that comes with a matching accessory, so to speak. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that one or not, but it's a very unique accessory, to say the least.
Ah, shit. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with this freaking feed. It's the weirdest shit. This shit is I've never had issues, and now in the past couple of weeks, it's just issue after issue.
Dave M said, I took a dry head off the Vandy Vape mesh, and I'll never do mesh again. I actually had the same thing happen to me. I dry hit so bad that it shot flames out of the drip tip, and that's kind of what I was kind of worried about. That, yeah. Profile made things completely different, though.
I remember when it happened to you and Brian, and I was like afraid to hit mine.
Yeah.
And thank God I didn't experience that.
Oh, that did suck.
I'm glad you experienced that, because that's what made me say this has to be done. I remember the live feed that did happen, and you threw it in the trash can. You're like, I'm done with that. I'm done with mesh. And I accepted that, like, okay, there's a problem that needs a solution. And let me see if I can come up with one. So had that never happened, again, the profile probably wouldn't be here today, and we wouldn't be talking about it and having what we have on the market today.
That's awesome.
Overdrip Rip wrote, buy a Russian mech and get a free bride.
Ooh, that's
Damn.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
At this point, if I can hear everything, I don't care. Laugh out
As long as
loud.
they can hear us.
Yeah. But it's pissing me off. But anyway.
And you're the one bragging about your great internet,
I
right?
know, man. And I can pull up a freaking test, and I'm certain it's going to show.
Are you an Apple user?
Here we go. Here we
go.
No, seriously, are you an Apple user?
Yeah, but I'm not
No,
using.
I'm asking if you're an Apple user.
I have an iPhone.
Yeah, so you're an Apple user.
That is
That
correct.
explains it all.
He just always.
I got two of them, so
There.
we're the same boat. My
You know what
There
it
you
is?
go.
I think it's. I know you wanted to say that you're not using an Apple computer, but you are using Apple headphones or earbuds.
Yes, I am.
So that might be creating. Ever since you started using those, all this.
No, because this is my first show that I've used them on. You son of a bitch.
I'm bad.
Remember Brian the other night? He had his earpods on and his computer took a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, but I did your show the other night with them on, and we didn't have any issues.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know what it is. Oh well. Everybody seems to be moving on screen now. Maybe it was just one of them slumps. I don't know. Or maybe I'm doing the show at the prime time that everybody's on their freaking internet. Hell, I have no idea.
That's what it is.
But
Oh, this is a good question from Dave. Do you guys get upset, or does it cause a problem when another reviewer gives your product a bad review?
For me, if it deserves a bad review, I don't mind it. But if they're lying about stuff or making up stuff because they're butthurt, then yeah, that bothers me. And I've said this. How many times have I said it during live shows? How I said that I want to stop doing this because this is all the reviewers coming out with products. Everybody's just going to screw with each other for sales.
Yep.
So
I guess the part that bothers me is those that want to give criticism, but yet get so panties in a knot over criticism given back. Don't give it if you're not willing to take it. You know, don't go to saying something and then when somebody else says something, you get all, oh no, that's not it, and then you want to weaponize your followers and such. Dude, that's not what this community is about. This is not what it is, you know, and that's something that I personally have had a battle with, you know, biting my tongue and keeping quiet and just letting ignorance play itself out. You know, there's people out there that are always going to be jealous to see other people's successes and endeavors. They're never going to congratulate the others on doing well. They want to do well themselves and care two flips about the rest of everybody else. And it's those people as well that where you'll see indulge themselves and bury themselves. When you want to get out of the hole, you got to put down the shovel. Until then, keep digging it.
yeah. Well, I applaud
How about
you
you,
all.
Pagan? How do you feel towards the trolls?
As far as like reviewers reviewing product, I don't know. I think sometimes like personal relationships get involved when it comes to reviewing products, and some reviewers will just give it a bad review just because they don't like the person. And I think, some reviewers sometimes aren't honest. They can just, put their differences aside, just review the damn product, whether you like it or hate it, and then that's it, be done.
I want to give you a perfect example, Joel, because it's perfect that you're in here because this has to do also with you. Okay. Like when I did my presentation video, I showed this is the second prototype, and the top fill on this is bad, the O-rings. So one of the changes I made, I needed this to be stiffer. This has a quarter turn top fill. I've had this RTA for a good 4 months. It's got to be ST. Everybody saw it. I've showed this during live shows from 3 or 4 months ago. Okay. I've even mentioned it in my presentation video and showed that one. Now, certain reviewers claims they saw my presentation video, but you know what they said in the video? That I copied the Profile Unity's top fill. How is that freaking possible? And that person knows that's virtually impossible. They said that just
digging,
yeah.
Like I said, when you want to get out of the hole, you got to put the shovel down.
So that's what I'm talking about. That kind of stuff I do not like. Don't make up shit because you're jealous or because you wanted to launch a product with the same company I launched it, and they rejected your product because it was garbage. And then when you heard that I had a product, an RTA coming out, I have all the messages too. You were so butthurt over it and pissed that I had a product coming out with them, with Hell Vape.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how.
And the fucked up, I'm sorry to interrupt. The fucked up part is, I help this dude out all the time. Advice, everything. I'm always trying to help him out, and I'm the idiot for doing that. Never again.
Yep.
It
Well,
is
that's how it works.
what it
You
is.
help people. You want to see other people do great, and they want to turn against you and start developing the inability to think for themselves. You know, I've seen it again this week. You know, where somebody releases a statement or a review or overview of something, and then retracts that in the presence of others. You know what I mean? Be the same person you are in front of 10,000 people as you are in front of 500 people. That's integrity right there. That determines what you are as a man and who you are as a man or woman. You know, and that's something that we're losing day to day, man. Not just in the vape scene and not just in the vape community, but all in general, in society in general. We're losing integrity every day. You know, I hope to see that it's contagious. When you see people do the right thing, support those guys, support that movement, support that mindset, and try to do the same. You know, try to build others up instead of tear others down.
I honestly feel like a lot of the YouTube reviewers, to them, it's a competition. Like everyone sees this as a competition. Who could be better? Who could have the most numbers, the most followers? And it just irritates me sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm in competition with myself. When
Yeah.
I wake up every day, I want to know I was better today than I was yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that. If the day I start judging my accomplishments or measuring my accomplishments to somebody else's, I've lost everything that I intended to be. You know, I just want to be a better man every day. That's it.
Yeah, you got to be honest, man. I'll give you a perfect example too. I think it was during a live show right after my first RDA came out. The Icon was out, and then Brian RDA the drop came to the market, and I was like, "Holy shit, this drop is fucking awesome!" And someone asked in the chat, "Mike, what do you recommend, the Icon or the drop?" And I came out straight on and said, "I recommend the drop over my RDA. Purchase that one." Now that's honesty. Who would say that?
Yep.
That's the way to do it. You know, I'm not gonna lie and oh no, mine is better because it's mine. Nah, I'll tell you the truth. If I vape something and I think it's better than mine, I'm gonna say it. I don't give a shit. It's the truth.
That's what matters. The truth. Like, what's so fucking hard about the truth to give it to people? That's what these people, that's what the community wants, is the truth. There's people out there that are working their ass off to make $40, $30. It's going to take half their day after taxes to get $30 or $40 in pay. When they go spend that $40, we want them to spend that money honestly, because they're not in a position where they have a table full of stuff to look over, things like a whole shelf of products behind them. That $40 investment could be the one investment they get to make for themselves for the next 3 months, 6 months, or once a year investment. I want to ensure that when that happens, they're doing it on honesty, not a biased opinion or thoughts or an ego trip or any of that stuff. I want it to be an honest purchase, because I've been that guy, guys. I'm still in that guy. I still get up every day and go to work, you know, because I'm still that individual.
Yeah, but it seems like in this community, a lot of times the truth doesn't pay. So instead of telling the truth, let's lie and get shit stirred up so I can get the masses.
So I get more views and more subscribers. That's what it's all about. It's competition.
So it used to bug me when I'd hear people say, well, you only like all your buddies' products because they're your buddies. No, I like them because they're fucking good. And if you don't believe me, go ask the freaking million others that are saying the same thing. I mean, who cares if I like it, and who cares if I'm friends with these folks? You know, there's a lot of folks that ain't friends that are feeling the same way about it. They love the freaking product, so who gives a shit? But, man, it's just... the politics of the vaping industry is crazy because it's all over the place. So But you know what? Thing about it is, we can talk about it till we're blue in the face. Those diehard trolls are never going to change, and they'll sit there lonesome doing their whatever the hell they're doing. But
Someone asked if I'm ever coming out with a mech mod. No, because I'm afraid that if I did and someone got one and had my name on it and they hurt themselves, I'd feel bad. So I will never do that. Have a mech mod.
Why does Mark talk about ST, Mike, and Brian behind their back? I do that all the time. Thank you.
Yep.
if he wasn't doing it, something would be wrong with Mark. So
Yep.
that's the best way to answer that. But big shout out to my boy Christopher Roop. I've been seeing him out in chat. What is going on, brother? I did miss a donation, and I apologize. It was from Vapes. Vape. Where is it at? Thank you for the donation. Sure. Why would Mark do that to Mike? And that was probably why does anybody do anything around here? I think we just do it for the fun of it. But
Doo-doo.
so we're kind of at that point. Mark, would you like to bring up a little randomizer for us? That false one where you just pick people that you want to win.
Hell yeah. Let me check my PayPal.
Hold on, let me send that real quick.
Oh wait.
Babe, send that PayPal, hurry.
So let me see again. Oh, I already know what we got going on. So let's start off with Brad's giveaway tonight. He is going to be doing a sidekick from Sense with some extra coils there to that. Mark, let me know when you got it up.
I am ready.
All right, as always, got to repeat this one. This is for U.S. citizens only, per the sponsors. So, with Mr. Joel being here tonight, Joel, can you give me a number, please?
27.
27.
27. Oh, we got a winner. It's doo-doo-doo. Kid, I'm going to say correctly. Kid Base. Kid Base.
Is that-
Congratulations.
Oh, his PayPal came through?
It did.
it-
Finally clear. Thank you, kid.
Wow, it did just come through. Awesome.
You got a donation. There.
Okay. Thank you, David, for the donation. How about when a reviewer is threatened by a company because they don't like a review? Take it away, Mark.
Well, how are they? What can they possibly do? Like,
Yeah, I just ignore them.
yeah, ignore them. I mean, they can't do
really,
anything.
They can't do nothing.
Can't do shit.
That's what the whole channel. That's if it's a review, just the name review, they can't do shit about it.
Yep.
The only way they could do shit about it is if you went and maybe if you have a history with the company that you hate them and you want to take them down and you go out of your way to get their product and maliciously bash the product, then there's actual proof that you did that. That's the only way they can go after you. But if you've never been malicious towards this company, just a product review, they can't prove shit. They can't do nothing to you.
Yep.
That's the funny part about it, man, is because professionals know that there's nothing that can be done about that. You know what I mean? To entertain that, it's just to stir that pot again. Why? Because lack of content or something, or lack of
views.
intelligence or something. You know, like I don't know, man. Them views are hurting and want them up or something. But I'm a small guy. I got $6,000 behind me, and if somebody says a company threatens me, I'm not going to even reply back to them. I'm not going to entertain that.
Exactly. I think the reason I just saw in the chat, the reason they brought it up was, I guess, Hyon and I think something happened with Jay Hayes, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it is. They're going after him or something. And if he's never reviewed a product of theirs before and never stated anything malicious, there's nothing to worry about. They can't do nothing to him.
Yeah, there's no reason to even entertain it. Just leave it be by the wayside. You know, let them talk and make their. Sometimes people vent because it makes them feel good. Let them vent to you in an email. If it makes that company feel better, let them do that, man. There's no reason to entertain it.
Yep. Quick shout out to Crown for Queen. There is your shout out for your birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Crown.
All right. So now we are going to do the Camelot line of e-liquid from Camelot, of course. So, Mike, can I get a number?
Well, I was gonna say 27 is a good number. I play that on roulette, so we'll play another one of the roulette numbers I like. Number 17.
Oh my God, you're supposed to say 19.
No, I'm not gonna say 19. No, because that jinxed me.
Here we go. 17. Boop, doo, 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 doo. Nobody. Let's do it again. Nobody. 3 times. We got a winner. Brent Chadwick. Congratulations.
All right. So what I need both of y'all to do is contact me at stvapes72@gmail.com. I need you to send a photo ID with address. Make sure it has birth date on there, all that good jazz, and we will get y'all squared up. So we have come to that point. I want to thank Joel for joining us tonight. Awesome as always. Love to have you back at some point in time. Joel, you got any final things you'd like to get off your chest before we get out of here?
Man, you thank me. I want to thank y'all for having me. You know, this is something that I'm honored to be a part of. Pleasure to be here. Anytime you ever want me on, just drop me a DM, a message, and we'll make it happen. You know, it's an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you to everybody out there in chat for the love and support. Unity, be sure to pick one up. They're beautiful. I enjoy it. The Vapor Chronicles is something that we've worked really hard on, and we hope that many people get to enjoy it. I'm looking forward to I've seen the bulk at MVE, but looking forward to experiencing one. And same with yours, Mike, the Rebirth RTA. Looking forward to that. ST, the day you get yours and you know it's coming, let me know. Whoever I got to PayPal to get one, I would love to put my hands on one.
You ain't got to PayPal shit. It's coming to you, brother. It is coming to you. But, all right, then. Well, don't forget tomorrow night, Never Heard of Them with Mr. Heavy Metal Vapor. Thursday night, Vape Team. Saturday night, Vape Wives. And then Sunday night, you'll see our ugly faces again. So every night, you're going to see us lurking somewhere. So with that being said, we are going to jet out of here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, panel, for being here. And we are out. So y'all have a good one. Let me see if I can close this shit out. Peace.